All right, guys. So we're looking at Samr, right? Samr is a um, technology integration concept that goes with teaching, and this is one of the things that we kind of need to really work on, but well, really as teachers, to get technology into our lesson plans, right? So we are used to all right, older people. All right, not you guys. You're not used to it yet, but us old people, right? We're used to be able to give, here's paper, here's pencil, go, and that's the end of it. We want a research paper. Here's some books and some pencils. Go. All right. Technology allows us to truly change that in a multitude of ways, right? But there's levels to our change, and this is what we need to start focusing on because those levels really determine like how good we are with what we do. So, for instance, you have these four levels, right? Substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition, right? They're the four tools or the four concepts to go with technology, right? So let me see if I can give you some basics, right? And hopefully as you get better at what you're doing, your level will go up. Don't get me wrong. I use substitution, I use augmentation, but I also do some modification and some redefinition, right? I switch it up some because, not to be funny, but it's almost impossible to keep up with everything. So, not always going to be redefinition. There's sometimes I'm going to change. So, what does it mean, right? So, let's start with substitution, and I'm going to use the concept of writing a research paper. Okay, so the town I live in, or the town I teach in, is called Roebling, New Jersey. Okay, it is very famous because it built most of the steel for the Golden Gate Bridge, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge up in North Jersey. The Roebling is very, very, a very popular steel making town, right? It's not anymore. It's definitely seen its day, but it once was. So let's just say, for instance, I was going to have my students. I wanted them to research this town of Roebling and why it's important, right? So the traditional way would be here's paper and a book, research, go. Okay, no big deal, right? Let's substitute technology. So tech acts as a direct tool substitute with no functional change. What that means, instead of me writing my paper, I am now typing my paper. Right? No spell check, no nothing like that, right? I'm just now typing my paper. Okay? I've substituted paper and pencil for the computer. All right? That's our substitution. Very basic, right? That's where I started when I started teaching with technology, right? Just substituted, just trying to substitute the basics. How do I get this to work, right? So it's a substitute. Paper and pencil is now gone. I'm now using a substitute of a computer. Okay, step one. Now, how do I augment it? How do I change it? How do I add to it, right? Tech acts for augmentation. Tech acts as a direct tool substitute with functional improvement. Let's add in grammar check. Let's add in spell check. Let's allow them to maybe add a picture or two into their into their document so that they can give a little bit more examples. And hold on. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm so sorry. All right, so maybe add a picture or two, but it's a direct tool substitute. We're not writing paper and pencil anymore, right? But we have some functional improvement, right? With spell check, grammar check, that kind of stuff. There's some functional improvement, right? Again, still use it, right? I still have that. Modification. Tech allows for significant task redesign. So I want them to research this town that we live in. How can I use technology to modify that research project? Well, now, instead of writing a paper, let's make a PowerPoint with hyperlinks to different places, that have historical significance with it. So, for instance, they have the Brooklyn Bridge. Maybe we could, in our PowerPoint, we could find a working camera that's showing the Verrazano Narrows Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge. All right, now we're modifying. Not only are my students telling me about this company that makes the steel, but now they're showing me the places that actually use that steel. Right? Maybe now instead of just talking about the process of making the steel, they can find the designs of the steel making factories and how they did it and talk about that, watch a video on that and add that in, right? So not only am I saying, hey guys, just research the town, write a paper about it. Now they're learning about the town, the process, the bridges. They're getting a whole, a significant task redesign with this, right? It isn't just a paper and pencil. It's not just a typing. It's not just adding, the grammar check and stuff. But without a doubt, it's adding, because now we can get images and videos and real time pictures of stuff, and we can look at the designs and we can find them on the internet. So we're really modifying the whole project. Now the redefinition, and you're gonna laugh, but I did this one. Okay, so I had an AP class, and if you've taken an AP class, or if you know anybody taking an AP class, right, they get done in like May. So I had a group of students, and we really wanted to take time to learn about the town. We thought it would be fun. So we were going to do just a PowerPoint on it. But then Google came out with this map process, right? And like a touring process. So honestly, I sat back and I said, guys, run with this. They went and they took pictures of different parts of town, 3D pictures, right? The whole 360 picture, right? They literally, using Google Maps and this program, made a walking tour of Roebling. And what they would do is, where the old Roebling or hotel was, they took a picture of the house that's there. But when you're looking at it in their app, in their program, right, there's a picture up here of what the old hotel looked like. And there's information here about people that stayed in the hotel. And then when they walk down a little bit further, there used to be a bandstand right on Saturday nights where old time bands would play. They took a picture of the bandstand, but then they actually found 3 or 4 pictures of the old time bands and the people there listening to the music, and they put that in there. So while you're literally walking around town, you now have this movement back in history, and you can look at these pictures and these documents and things that are going on. So again, we went from the write a paper all the way up to the redefinition. Like, they redefined that whole project, because previously inconceivable is somebody to take their phone and walk through Roebling and say, that's what that is. Let me see what it looked like back in the day and what was going on. But now they can. Now they can look at that, and just a phenomenal thing. So this is big, right? And so as we build our lesson plans, I want you to think about, am I substituting? Am I augmenting? Am I modifying? Am I redefining? Right? Think about your lessons and try and get on those levels. I'd really like to see 3 and 4, modification and redefinition. Is it going to happen every time? Absolutely not. I know that. Listen, I will never lie to you and say I'm always at 3 and 4. Never going to happen, right? Am I at 1 and 2 sometimes? Absolutely. There's only so many hours in the day, right? There's only so much you can do. But start thinking about, well, if I did this, but could I do that? If I did this, could I change it into that? Would I still get the same results? So definitely keep this in the back of your mind, because this is an awesome thing to think about when you're writing your lesson plans. Not just for me, but in the future, when you're writing your lesson plans, where am I on the Samr level? I want to be 3 and 4. Can I be 1 and 2? Absolutely, nothing wrong with that. But I want to be 3 and 4. How am I using that? All right, so use that while you're thinking about your lessons this week. Again, I can't wait to see you Thursday night. A lot of you've been coming, and I love it. And thank you for listening. And I hope you have a great week, and I hope this helped. I'll talk to you soon.